Talk about build up a sweat and a thirst. Jeez, I tell you what, hot day to be working out, sun, but we're so close now. Honestly, it's just really starting to just come together. So where we're at is they're rendering the walls now, where the old paints had to come off, and it's left some scratches and scars, and there's been nail holes and everything else. That's happening as we speak. We've got some paint ready to go on the walls. Nearly all of the gyprock and all of the cladding and stuff is finished. I'm just just finishing up my little effort. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. If you're not on my Facebook, maybe you should join, because it's a handy way to keep in touch when you're coming over. But this is my little contribution. And what we're doing here is I'll show you. It's nice to be able to lock the world out sometimes and just do your own thing without having to worry about people looking in your window. And unfortunately, this little laneway down the side of our house ordinarily shines straight into our bedroom window. But check this out. I've made myself a little wood panel door. I've got the other one here. Haven't done the wood paneling for it yet. It's taken me all morning to paint, cut and fit that. But man, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty happy with that. I welded it all up myself. Used to be a boilermaker many years ago. So I tell you what, it's hard when you have been welding for years to get back into it, especially when my eyes aren't quite as good as they were. But that's not a problem. I've got the guy coming around shortly to clean up all the mess in the yard, because hopefully today or tomorrow my mate Steve's coming over with a water filtration unit, and we'll start to clean this water up. Because I tell you what, it gave me a nasty fright the other day. Spent a night in discomfort, shall we say, after accidentally drinking a bottle of water. The house inside is just looking amazing. Look at the patching here and there. And you see he's got the stand. He is dead. And you'll notice father and son have both got the, I call it a carbon filtration system in their mouth. But, all right, nicely rendered up. So, that one's just about ready for paint, I think. These ones, all the touch-ups have been done. And we've got a few litres of paint to go around, but geez, I tell you what, we're getting close. I've got all the steel out the side for my new kitchen. I've got to do an inside kitchen, and I've got the outdoor kitchen as well for Fee, so she can use it for a school canteen. I've been using it as a workshop just lately while I've been cutting everything up. But there's all the steel work. I've got some galvanised steels. I'm going to make up all the benches. Same sort of things I've done here, but a little bit nicer. So we've got an indoor kitchen, but I'm going to make it something that when we're ready to move on from here, we can either sell it to the owner, or we can take it with us or sell it to someone else. So, and I've decided to go for the big tiles. Not these ones. These ones are the 600 by 600. And I tell you what, I'm really happy with them. I just glued them straight down to the steel work underneath. I didn't even put any ply down, but this is just like a commercial pot storage and cutting board. So I don't think, I think that'll be enough. I've got some bracing in there, so it's sharing the load. But look, it was 20 bucks for a packet of tiles. So that was 3 or 4 tiles, 4 tiles I think it was on that. So if I break one, it's not too hard to replace it. And all these other rooms, they've all been sealed up, just need a bit of paint now. And look, we've started moving some stuff in, but we're a long way from that. But all the rooms are just in their final stage of being prepped for for the coat of paint, and then they're going to get the painters in and just get into it. I tell you what, I get up early in the morning to come here and have a shower, and number two, let's say it that way, because it's the nicest dunny I've sat on for a long time because it's mine. Oh, but it is like, it's nice. There's a couple of things I found. There's a couple of rooms, these little back rooms definitely need some more airflow. I noticed that these air vents have been blocked up, so they must have had an air conditioner in there at some stage. So if you've got air conditioning, you want it blocked up. But look, someone asked me about the bugs and pests. There is fly screens on most of the windows. I've taken it off where I'm cleaning it out because there was just spiders and bugs and stuff stuck on them. So where you see above the windows up here, we're going to put a fly screen up there, and then we're going to put probably just a plywood flap or something, so that we can shut them off if we want, or we can open them up and just have natural ventilation. I'm thinking a couple of big ceiling fans here in the lounge room just to keep that air circulating, because if you've got the air moving, it's surprisingly cool. In fact, look, the old fan's not on, so we need to sort that out. Oh. There we go. Yeah, boss. There he is. No, I'll stand here too. Oh, wow. Just that little bit of airflow makes all the difference in the world. But I tell you, I think I'm going to dive in and have a cool shower in a minute, because I just will close it off. I just love it. Look, I can't thank you guys enough. Some of my subscribers have been very, very generous and given me a little donation, a personal donation towards what we're doing here. Just thank you very much for supporting us, what we're doing. There's been a few people do that super thanks, that big like through YouTube itself, where you can just make a little donation, whether it's a $5 for a bintang or whether it's whatever you want. If you'd love to help contribute to what we're doing, it's all going to go back to the community, because this is going to enable us to help so many more people with a little bit more space and a bit more room and a bit more west. It's so hard living over here under their old regime, because I tell you what, I got so much more respect for the Balinese and for the Indonesians after living in a village as an Indonesian for the last 12 months. It's tough, man. I'm not knocking them. I'm actually giving them more respect than I think most people realise, because to live under those conditions is for someone who's not used to it, someone who's a little bit overweight and not the youngest chook on the block. I tell you what, that's tough, man. Getting up out of bed, which is usually a mattress on the floor, or squatting to go to the bathroom and then trying to get back up again. They don't have handrails either, so you're on your own, man. You've got to use your legs, and your muscles are going, I don't work. The kitchen does my head in, just not having just the level of sanitation that we're used to. There's ants everywhere here, and the funny, silly things, I can't find ant sand or ant red over here. You can't even buy Baygon or surface spray, and it just, how is that not possible? Because you've got more bugs here than you seem to nearly anywhere in the world, and they're in the house now everywhere, and there's tiny little ants, and there's, oh look, it's sometimes if you leave a sandwich on, or not sandwich, but if you leave a cookie or something on a bench or whatever, a dirty plate, within half an hour you've got a speedway, all these little tiny ants, and they just shake the plate and wait till the ants run off and then start eating. I'm going, oh God, I couldn't do that. There's so many little tiny things, and they still don't complain, and they get up at first thing in the morning. Like, I was up stupid o'clock this morning. I was editing at about 1:30 till 3 or 4 o'clock, went back to sleep for a couple of hours, woke up while it was still 6 o'clock or 5:30 or something, and then as soon as the shop was open, was down at the hardware store so I could get the paint, so I could get down here and paint before it got too hot. And now it's, I don't know, it's probably about 11 o'clock and I'm dripping wet. But I've achieved a heap of stuff, and luckily, because I got up in the middle of the night to feed that little puppy, I managed to get some editing done. I haven't been doing as much as I'd like to, but I've got other jobs here that are waiting for me, so I've got to sort of timeshare a little bit, and it's tough. Just a little heads up about the puppy. For those who don't know, about nearly a month ago now, I think, we found a little puppy that was abandoned in a box in an empty paddock. We didn't find it, but other people did. And there was about 3 or 4 or 5 puppies in the box. We picked a third one up, a little brown and white girl, and she's been on a bottle for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and she's been going really, really well. But last few days she stopped going to the toilet. We got a different type of milk to see if that was going to settle her down, because she wasn't too healthy. And then we went to the vet, and the vet said her gut bacteria is not really good, so he gave us some probiotics and some vitamins, and that picked her up almost instantly. And yesterday she had 2 full bottles of milk and just went absolutely ape. At 1 o'clock this morning she heard me get up, go to the bathroom. She started yelling for a feed, which is so good. I was so happy to go and heat the bottle up and give her some fresh milk and put her back to bed. And I thought, well, I'm up now, I might do some editing. It's a long way for her though, I've got to say. The first couple of weeks I thought, oh, she's got this is easy as. And I've brought up baby animals, kangaroos and everything in the past, and you can go a long way, and then suddenly they get the diarrhea or something go wrong, and they just drop off they give up the will. And she sort of nearly got to that point last couple of days, and finally just, I don't know, she just had a burst of energy, and she's come good at the moment. She's still on and off for food a bit, but she's done a couple of hard poos, which is really good. And she's a lot more steady on her feet. She was really skin and bones and just dehydrating, so we were literally force feeding with a little tiny spoon to get some fluids down there, because she just wouldn't suck on the teat. But look, I'm not going to say she's home and hosed, but she's definitely picked up from where she was a couple of days ago. So from something that was going so amazingly well, every 2 to 3 hours, it's a huge commitment to bring one of these little puppies up from out of a box. Oh, I tell you, would I do it again? Ooh, I don't know. It's been a lot of sleepless nights, and it's hard because Fee goes to work at silly o'clock in the morning. She's up at 4 and she's gone to work by 6, and then she doesn't come home till about 4 and sleeps, and then she gets back up and she's up till 10, and then I'm up. Oh, look, when I'm away doing vlogging, or when we all go away, the poor little pup's sitting there by herself, and I think that could have been what maybe set her off, because she might have gone a little bit long without a feed, and don't know, but I just want to let you know that she's so far, she's hanging in and she's fighting back. If she's a tough little girl, like in most of the Balinese, she'll be fine. But tough. It's a tough road for her. That's one of the reasons I put the gate up, because I want her to have a beautiful big backyard where she can run around and we can have some fun. Hello, Puggy. So here we are. Things are moving on. It's I better go. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. I think I need to go and sit down. Fee's bringing me some cold drink up. I might just take a little break, because squatting and jumping around and painting and standing in the sun, it's just takes its toll. Guys, thanks for being part of the journey. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, there's a lot of really exciting vlogs coming up. This is just one of the many that we put up to show you what life's like over here in Bali, and it's not all beer and Skittles, because you can't buy Skittles. Oh, that's something. If you're coming over, can you buy me a big bag of Skittles? I keep meaning to ask people so I can say, look, it's all beer and Skittles over here. Hey, love your work. See you when you get here. Bye. So it's been a long day. Bloody hot one. But we're done. So now I can look out the bedroom, not have to look up the lane, mate, and bit of peace and quiet. Bloody good. Time for a beer.